Testing. All right. We don't need this one now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this live stream. I'm sorry to keep you waiting there. There's just a couple of extra things that I needed to deal with before we get started, but here we are. So welcome. I see there are a few people there. We've got some. I'll just have a look and say hello to everyone. So Jacqueline is here. She's got her latte ready to go. Fantastic. Welcome, Christy. It's fantastic to have you here. Thank you very much for joining us today. Pam, it's fantastic to have you. Thank you very much for joining us. It is a pleasure to have you here. I hope you enjoyed my my spring plant tuber tag that I put up yesterday. Started by you, fantastic. Aki, I hope that happens soon. Welcome. Cora, fantastic to have you here again. Thank you for coming. PDX Planty Things, welcome. I've forgotten your first name. I'm so sorry. Please let me know in the comments, or in the chat rather, which is there, right? I'm seeing a mirror image of myself. I'm still using my webcam. That's fine. Welcome, Sydney. It's fantastic to have you, and thank you for saying that I'm good at live streams. I hope to get more practice at it. Francis, thank you very much for joining us. Again, it's fantastic to see you. Casey, as always, it's a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. And have I missed anyone now? I'm just scrolling down. You've been chatting amongst yourselves. And there we are. Hello. Yes, thank you, Sydney. This is I refer to this as the fish tank corner, I suppose, because here we've got Sulu. I made a video a few weeks ago setting up this tank, and as you can see, it has started to fill out nicely. And he'll be joining us. He's in there. Thank you very much, Francis. Just trying some different things. And actually, I'm going to raise this a little bit. How's my sound quality? Can you hear me reasonably well? Actually, I've just put the microphone behind the laptop, so I'm just going to rearrange a little bit. Excuse me for the. Thank you very much, Cora. Okay. Now let's see. How is that sounding? Sounds good. Okay. I'll just turn that up a little bit more. Is that better? Is that louder? Thank you very much as well, Sydney. A bit fuzzy. Yes, it will be a little bit fuzzy because, as we spoke about at the start of the stream yesterday, here's Sulu, by the way. He's coming at my finger. He's flaring. I know you can't see him right there, but he's flaring. He's an aggressive boy, which is actually very good for their health. It means they're getting the blood going, and they're feeling comfortable. So there we go. Yes, the picture will be a little bit fuzzy because the Australian internet is not ideal. My upload speeds, as we spoke about yesterday, are dreadful, and so we're going to do our very best today to work around them. In May, fingers crossed, things will be improving, so my streams will be much clearer, which would be nice. What are we all drinking this evening? I know it's evening for most of you. It's morning here. That fantastic then, Francis. I'm glad that's not too much of an issue. I've got a coffee this morning because I didn't have a coffee earlier. I've got a little bit of caffeine withdrawal headache coming on actually, which is not ideal, but I've got it now, so we'll make that work. Different mug though. That's all right. That's got that kind of evening. Fantastic, Francis. Wonderful. Wonderful. What kind of tea, Christy? (8:30 p.m. where you are. Sweet tea with ice. Nice. And it's just started raining. I'm not sure if you can hear that. That's going to make filming this video interesting today. If we've got that background noise, can you hear the rain? I'm trying to be very quiet so you can hear it. Fair enough. It's the microphone is it's fairly directional. The one that I'm using. The one that when I'm filming though, I'm using just my phone, and I won't be using my setup here, and so the microphone is not quite as good. Tea tonight's currently 8:30 p.m. Fantastic. Is it? Did I get my calculations wrong? Because I thought it was 7:30. That's right. Got my calculations wrong. but that's okay. I'm glad that you're all able to join me again 2 nights in a row. Amazing. I'm not going to do this like this every weekend, but I really did enjoy last night's stream so very much. And I thought that we'd do it again. So here we are. Today, a little bit different kind of a video. We'll spend some time chatting, of course, because we love doing that. But I've also got a little bit more of a... whereabouts are you, Cora? Interesting. A little bit different purpose for this stream today. Interesting. There you go. Time. I'm just looking at the time zones. Cool. All different times. It's currently nearly 11:30 a.m. here on Sunday morning. So a little bit different purpose today. So we will have some time chatting, of course, because I love doing that. I love chatting with you guys, and it's good fun. And but today, a little bit different purpose. We're going to be filming a video. We're going to be making a video. I've partially written it. Now, there's a group chat with some of us plant tutors, and I ran the idea past them because I wasn't certain about it. So this video that we're going to make today is we're going to shoot it together today anyway. I'm not going to edit it on camera because I can't share the screen yet, and I haven't worked out how to encode. That might be for a future day. But today we're going to make a video, and some of you already know what video we're going to be making. So this was inspired by I'm starting. Should I tell you that? I'll tell you that. Sure, why not? So if you've been following my channel very closely, last week I put out my update on my growing vegetables on a budget with my tomatoes, and that I didn't get any tomatoes from that project. So we're going to do something different, and we're not going to grow tomatoes over the winter because they don't grow over the winter. We're going to grow something else, and I don't need to tell you specifically the thing that I was going to purchase because you'll be finding that out very soon. It's a vegetable, of course. So I went shopping after work one day. We've got in Australia, Bunnings is a huge deal. I just think of your big box store. There's like that, and really that's the behemoth. It's huge. Like Bunnings is everywhere. There's hundreds of them. And they're huge warehouses, and you get hardware, and there's nurseries and all sorts of things. So I stopped by there, and I looking for these vegetable seeds, and there was no vegetable seeds. None, different varieties of vegetables all sold out. So then I went to a different Bunnings because there's 2 Bunnings on the way home from my work to my house. So I went to the next one, and the same deal. The vegetable that I wanted, all of the varieties were sold out. And so I ordered them from a seed retailer that I go through the seed collection. They're based locally as well, but they do it online, and they were showing that they have them in stock. So I ordered them, and so this was on Monday or Tuesday this week. And I checked in the next day just because they like update you with where your order's up to. I mean, it wasn't very much. It's like the packet of seeds themselves were $1, and that's fine. And then and $2.50 for postage, so $3.50. Like it's not a big order, but I just wanted to check in, see if I could get an ETA for when I could be planting and making this video. But that at the top of the screen. So like in addition to the website, there was so at the top of the website. There's a kind of a little banner. There was like, due to unprecedented demand, there is an additional 1 week processing time as well as shipping. So that was very unusual because I've bought through them a few times and never seen that. And due to unprecedented demand, we actually can't send out seeds fast enough. Like that's and just my wife and I, we went and did a little bit of shopping. The shops are still open here. The virus isn't. We haven't received. There's no like big like pubs and restaurants and things where people are closed, but the government hasn't said anything about anything else. So we're just very carefully going out and collecting a few things before we really bunker down as things continue to deteriorate. So we went shopping, and we did go to a Bunnings, and this is the third Bunnings, and again, no seeds. So this is, and I read a few articles this morning about how the the pandemic is causing people to panic buy seeds and seedlings. And I just thought that was really interesting, and I wanted to chat about it a little bit. So, so it sounds like shopping in the US, everything is starting to be able. Yeah, so I'm anticipating that as over the next. I mean, we're only going into our cold and flu season here, and so it's going to be it's going to be a long one, I think. So I'm not anticipating this to. It's not going to blow over in the next few weeks. Yeah, and that's something I'd like to talk about today. So I think getting seeds to grow, of course, and you could probably guess from my channel and who I am, fantastic. I really want to encourage everyone to do gardening because I think it's an absolutely fantastic thing to do. But the articles that I was reading this morning was that people are panic buying seeds and seedlings. And when we start panic buying, that's when trouble start to happen because we're not thinking logically. We're overstocking. We're never going to be able. We're not going to use all these things. So so when people are like clearing out seedlings for plants that are not in season. So for the one of the articles I read, it was about Bunnings Warehouse was selling. Just all these people were coming in and buying lettuce and tomatoes, and of course we're in autumn here, fall, going into winter. Those things don't grow. So I wanted to chat about, there's a few things I'd like to communicate with this video, and that is that, first of all, that this is a strange situation, that panic buying is not good. So they're kind of the first point. That I wrote it down because that's helpful. So I'll actually read it out because I think it's helpful to have a guide, especially if you want to communicate something which is a little bit more heavy. Like it's not. This is talking about current events which are fairly significant, certainly, and important. Like this is these things that are going on now are affecting everyone, and so I just need to be a little bit sensitive, and I want to make sure I nail all my points. So. So I couldn't buy the seeds. There was unprecedented. This is very strange. Panic buying is clearing things out, and people are doing it without wisdom. So by buying the wrong plants for the season, they're just showing that I just need to get things in the ground so that I can secure my food, which is not I get. But it's not necessary, and that's what we're going to get to. So then we'll talk about. I think that it's fantastic to grow your own food. Obviously, I grow as much food as I can, and it's a good thing to want to be self-sufficient because for a number of reasons, and I'll talk about that a little bit in the video. But you don't need to, is where I'm going to be getting at. So. In Australia anyway, so I base this on Australian information. We produce enough food for 75 million people, including our exports. And we only have a population of 25 million. So we produce 3 times more food than we need. So it's not a problem. We're not going to run out of food. It's more at the moment that just supply chains are really under pressure because people have been panic buying, just stocking up, hoarding, which depletes things much faster. So things can only get to shops as fast as they can. So we're not going to run out of food, but we just need to be wise about how we do that. But I do want to encourage people that, yes, you should grow your own food because it's a fantastic thing to do. Gardening, raising your own food, knowing where food comes from. Having control, reducing your emissions through transportation. You just pick it up from the backyard and bring it inside. There's no emissions there. It's fantastic. Let me read the comments, the chat, because I've just kind of been sitting here and talking at you. Let's talk to you now. So, the shelves are almost empty at every store, Cora. They are. It's very strange. Things are starting. Like my local supermarket is starting to. There's more food around now. I think that people have the panic buying is slowing, which is encouraging. There was no toilet paper, still no tissues. There was a little bit of rice, bit passed and left. Lots of bread. I could choose what bread I bought the other day, which was nice. Fresh food is back, so that's nice. No egg, no eggs though. People are stockpiling milk. Or why? how you freeze it, but that's something I'm confused by. I don't even think about them panic buying seeds. I should start my spring to summer garden plants early. Now is a good time to be doing that if you're in the US. Yeah, it is a good time to be doing that. Start your seedlings. The garden centers have been packed with people. Interesting. It's been fairly business as usual actually over here, Jacqueline. So it's interesting. Aki actually walked into a Walmart. I saw lots of seeds. Winter grocery shopping is still cold in here. I see. Uh-oh. Something's occurred. What has happened to my computer? No, it's all good. It's trying to update Java. My screen just slid across for a second, but we're back. Sorry, everyone. For my confusion, I'm sure nothing actually happened at your end. Thank you for coming, Dunya. Fantastic. What's the best brand to buy? Of what in particular, Cora? It wasn't as crazy. Some shelves are empty and they had a limited purchase of milk, one package per person. That's fair enough. We're seeing that a lot as well, like packaging of essential rations of essential items, I guess. We have a pickup order at Walmart 4 p.m. tomorrow. We shall see what you got there, Francis. Yeah. Don't forget to wash your hands after touching stuff in the grocery store. Everyone, absolutely carry a little bit of hand sanitizer on you if you can, because you just want to be careful. I didn't have much choice in bread when I went on Wednesday. Yeah, it's been a weird time. Thank you very much for coming for coming in. Good Life Green Topics, and congratulations for reaching the 100 subscribers today. Congratulations, everyone! Check out her channel. The seeds. I'm not too concerned, Cora, about the brand of seeds that I'm purchasing. I'm a member of the Dealers Club, which is an Australian and possibly New Zealand also company, organization more so, and they produce their own heirlooms, which I get them because I pay a membership and I have access to free seeds through them at different times in the year. But the seed collection is also so I'm giving you lots of Australian-based ones, which is not super helpful for any of you because it's really difficult to send seeds internationally because of biosecurity laws. Which is fair enough. Seed collection I go through, I've been reasonably happy with them. In Australia, we've got Fothergills at Bunnings and things. So I'm happy to use really seeds. Yeah, it was nice when we had them. Yep, so Julia has just reached the... Oh, my pleasure, Julia. Please keep doing what you're doing. Great work. Yes, okay, make sure we're all giving Julia some love in the chat there, because it's good. There's a lot of us, and we want to encourage each other. It's good. Cool. So I think that pretty well explains what I'd like to be doing today. I really want to just leave the audience after you've watched the video with a sense of it's going to be okay. I don't need to panic. I should educate myself, sort of thing. Yeah, that's what we'll try to do. So I'm gonna finish this drink, and then we will get started. It's gonna be. I'm going to need to. I think it's looking a little. Do you feel like it's a little bit dark in this corner? This is a question for you guys now. It's a little bit dark. I've got a lamp behind me, which I used to film. I used it for my live stream yesterday, and I'm thinking of putting it just behind where the laptop is now, where the camera is, to shine on my face a little bit more. I am drinking coffee. Did you hear the bird? You may not have heard the bird. Yes, good. So is it too dark behind me? That's the question at the moment. For my face, I know that my beard is kind of blending into, at least on the webcam, my beard's kind of blending into my shirt, which is not ideal, not really what we want. Pretty bright, and definitely heard the bird. Good. That bird was a sulfur-crested cockatoo, which are fantastic animals. There's lots around at the moment because we've got sunflowers, and they just destroy them, which is fantastic. They're beautiful birds. You know, they're the white ones with the soft crest, yellow crest. They're beautiful. Not dark at all. Oh, I'm very pleased to hear that. I'm still. Thank you, Cora. Thank you, Sydney. They're good. I like them. They're lovely to have around. They've got well, better than the way yesterday. I realized I was watching back a little bit and I was holding it like this. That's a weird way to hold a mug, Scott. What are you doing there? Thank you, Sydney. So I'll keep holding it like this. I could, yeah. Not that it really matters. I'm getting it in to my mouth, so that's what we're going for. We're having a drink. They're good. Yeah, there's a lot of bird life around at the moment. We've got corellas as well, which are kind of similar to galahs. They're white and they're lovely, and they're that's I can describe them like that. I wish I lived in a more tropical country. It would be so nice, seeing such beautiful mammals. Yeah, it's not tropical down here. We live in the temperate part of the country. There certainly is tropical areas. And actually, just this week, there was a kangaroo that bounced through my school where I work, which was very exciting for some students. Oh, you visited Sydney and you visited Taronga Zoo. I've actually never been to Taronga Zoo, and I lived in Sydney for 5 years, so I really should make the time to make it there at some point, Aki. Who is Sydney? Sorry, Cora. So Peaceful Planting's name is Sydney. That's SYDNEE. And I also lived in Sydney, the city in Australia, for a while. Yes, yeah, and we have a brush-tailed possum that likes to also eat the sunflowers when they're seedlings. It runs across the fence and it has shouting matches with Magnus. You hear Magnus go roll, 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 and you hear this. It's my possum impression, everyone. So thanks for that. And it was that's fun. Yeah, so not the same as a possum that you have in the US. Still a marsupial. So they've got their reproductive system's a bit weird in that they don't grow babies in the womb. They grow it in a pouch. So they have a pouch. I don't know where the possums is. I think it might be on the back. I don't know. They are pests in New Zealand though, because now we're just getting sidetracked. So down the rabbit hole we go. We went to New Zealand earlier in this year. There's a video on my channel if you're interested. We learned lots of things. We love to learn things when we visit new places. And New Zealand is such a beautiful place. So such unique wildlife. There's really the only land mammals are bats, and so the bird life there is just unique and fantastic. Like the kiwi. That's a bunch as well as other things. And the introduced thing. There's just a bit of a theme. Like whenever we went to a place, it tells us about how wonderful and unique the wildlife is. And then the Europeans came and introduced things. And that's when a lot of the ecological problems started happening. And one of those problems is actually the Australian native brush-tailed possum, and because they're protected here. So it was very strange going over there, being able to buy possum tails and possum leather by the kilogram. It's like $10 for a kilogram of possum leather. We're just like, this is really bizarre. The reason why they are a pest over there is because they took them over there to get the fur industry going. Remember this is like the 1800s, and people wore furs, and so good for the fur industry, but they just destroy trees. Like the trees there are not haven't adapted to have possums munching upon them, and so they would just kill forests. And there's still a huge problem over there. So there's signs in like news agencies like, we buy possum skins. It's like, that's really bizarre as an Australian. So context is very important, I think, is what we're learning there. Sorry, Christy. Thank you for coming. I'm not sure if I missed that. I'll see you later. Rather be starstruck by a kangaroo. What do I miss? A kangaroo is really as mean as everyone makes them. They're dangerous, yeah. It's just super powerful. I wouldn't want to mess with a kangaroo because, you hear stories of them ripping people open because they're powerful. I wouldn't want to mess with a kangaroo, especially a red male kangaroo. They're huge. Like they're 2 meters tall. Like I'm not going to mess with that. I'd rather have kangaroo in my yard than bears. Yeah, that's probably fair enough, Casey. I agree. Because they're not aggressive to humans unless you really seek them out, or walking through their mob trying to, and they're not used to humans. They're not Oh, you're not really concerned about them, but you wouldn't want to have a go at them. Dinner is ready, so I have to go. Thank you very much for joining. We'll catch you later. The coolest thing I've seen are cardinals. They're not exciting as kangaroos. What's a cardinal? This is a new thing for me. I'm gonna have to look that up later. Yeah, it's super interesting. Yeah, they're known as pests over there. Letting my 10-pound dog outside is known as terrifying. I imagine so. Yeah. When a kangaroo knock you out real quick, yes. Just think that their legs are just powerful and they use their tails to rear up. Like you see male kangaroos, particularly boxing. You call it boxing, really just whacking each other. They're just kicking the heck out of each other, and they're powerful. We have white-tailed deer in our yard, very destructive. Deer are also a pest over here. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not into deer hunting. I think that's partly why they're still there, because of the sport. Which, so they're a pest over here as well. Australia's there are lots of animals that are introduced that go feral and are pests because the ecosystem is not used to that, and it just kills it. The soil, like hooved animals, are no good as soil, and things and marsupials, they don't to rip out the whole plant, whereas like cattle grazing in places. This is a controversial topic, so I don't want to get too far into it, but they just rip up the whole plant, which is not great for the environment. Which isn't used to it. A cardinal was like red. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah. I understand now. Cool. She doesn't understand why I'm yelling and dragging her inside. Yeah, fair enough. The poor dog. Scott, you don't know what a cardinal is? You have to Google it. They're gorgeous. Well, if you insist, Sydney. I'm getting that's not what we mean. Let's not have the specific one that was nope. Let's go to the bird. Very sweet. They look like a type of finch. So we're not going to get into genuses and genii and things today. They're a type of bird. Got bright crimson red in color. NC state bird. Actually, sorry to say, fair enough. NC is North Carolina. Our state bird is the helmeted honeyeater here in Victoria, and they're also endangered. There's not many of them left, but they're beautiful. Sandra, thank you very much for coming. It's great to see you. You're not very late here. We're only just beginning. We haven't started filming anything yet. Yes, North Carolina, nailed it. Good. See, I'm good with my US geography. I don't. People just put their like state initials, and I go, oh gosh, I don't know what that is. I know some of the New York got that one. NY, right? We get so sidetracked. That's okay. It's a Saturday night, and we're all in quarantine, aren't we? Except for me, it's a Sunday morning here, and I'm also socially isolating today. So that's all good. Until I get really hungry, I'm happy to be chilling here. Okay. My coffee's getting cold though, so let's. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's good for me to learn, and most of my audience is American, so I should be down. Pennsylvania, about an hour out of Pittsburgh, surrounded completely by woods. There's a family of four bears. See, that's something I'm glad we don't have any big like carnivores. We have carnivores, but they're not prolific. Like the Tasmanian tiger is dead. It's not a tiger. It's a thylacine. It's looks like a dog. It's not a dog. It's a thylacine. It's a different type of animal. They're extinct probably. You hear sightings every now and then, but never really confirmed. And the Tasmanian devil, which is another Australian. This is endangered. It's not doing very well. That's a carnivore. There are other bits and pieces, snakes. Actually, there was. It's gone. Oh no. There was a huntsman in this corner last night. Can't see it anywhere. So, and he was a big one. Like he was its body itself was probably this, and with the legs like spreading out, kind of that. Not a problem. Not venomous to humans. I mean, if they bite, they hurt. But I mean, they're called huntsmans because a huntsman. So a huntsman is a spider, a fairly good sized spider. Not venomous, not toxic to humans. Sorry, I should specify it as a spider. Yes, so not venomous to humans, but they're scary, a bit scary because they're big and they don't spin webs really. They're called huntsmans because they climb up to the top, like high places, and then they hunt. Well, rather they ambush. They wait for prey to fly below them, and they jump. So usually they're just happy just chilling. And I haven't seen him today though, so he's either somewhere else that I can't see him. That's my concern, or a cat has eaten him, and that's what I'm hoping. Because the cats really they like to oh, there's something up there. I want that. Why didn't I get it out? I'm not actually too concerned by them. I had one living in the study for about a month, and I was oh, there he is, my buddy. Spiders, I know they're scary, but they're just really happy just to be like, yeah, not dead yet. I'm just gonna keep chilling here. New personal best for living. It's good. Yep. Might eat today, might eat tomorrow. It's okay. Got a really slow metabolism. We'll be all right. Still alive. Good. So they're really not. They're not out for any. They're not trying to harm us. Yeah, I have video of you have videos of the bears. Yeah, send one of those through to me, Casey. That sounds great. Yeah, so I'll leave it there. The cats like to. The cats are our insect or bug patrol as well. We don't really have any insects in our house because the cats love to chase and eat them, which is good for us. Have you heard of stink bugs? Yes, one of them in Sydney. We had a lemon tree which had. And I was a child at this point. Lots of stink bugs. We don't have them so much where we live now. Bizarre creatures. Stink bugs are bugs which spray stinky stuff when startled. That's why they get their name. If it's on your head in a few minutes, I'm going to sleep. Yes, so will I. It wasn't up there this morning, so I only just realized, and I'm looking around. Like they do like high places that I can't see it. So that leads me to believe a cat has consumed it. Fingers crossed anyway. See how we go. The stinky stuff, that's the best just word I've got to describe it right now. I need to finish this coffee, everyone, because it's cold now. So I'm just gonna down it. Maybe Sulu ate it. I hadn't considered that. They do eat insects, I believe. So just come and say hello to us. Nah, he's chilling on top of the heater at the moment. He likes to sit in places. Thank you. If you see it behind me, yes, please let me know. Okay. Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Sydney. Here we go. So, today, we're going to try and film a video. Yes, no to cold coffee. It's no good in Arizona. We get stink beetles are so horrible. You go within 3 feet and they stick their tushies up in defense. That's not kind. Well, hopefully not, Nanya. So, today, my mum today decided just to place a glass over a bug and leave it there. What's the plan? They don't consume a lot of oxygen, so they're not going to suffocate there. It's just going to just handball that problem off to someone in another hour or two. You see it on the tank. Thank you, Cora. I was for a moment ago. I think so. Okay, so today we're going to film a video, and I'm going to do it on live stream, which I've never done before, and I'm a little bit nervous. So we're just going to see how we go. I'm going to do my very best to keep chatting with you in between shots. but I wanted to bring you into the process, and I just thought it'd be interesting kind of video to show you me filming something. So usually I write these things out, but I got a plan. It's on my phone though. I use my phone to film. There's a problem. I've saved it in notes, so I should have it in notes. So I'm going to just slide that across. And I have got it there. Jolly good. That's just the plan. So I prepare for different videos in different ways. Sometimes I film the whole video before I write anything. So for example, I'm just kind of thinking about myself in my head, avocado diaries, where I'm looking at those specific avocado seeds, and I have lost my train of thought. and I'm just updating, so I'll film that, and then I'll go and write a script, record the script, record the narration, put it in a video. Today is a bit different. I have prepared a plan. Sometimes I write the whole script out beforehand. Today I've just kind of got dot points of a plan, so it's going to be a little bit improvising on the fly. So we'll see how this goes. So I need to pull up my. There we go. It's there. All right. Now, I do actually want that light to be in front of me because I am not sure if it's going to light up my face as well as I'd like. As I said in my 1,000 subscriber video, I'd really love, and sorry for everyone, I'm just going to be moving things around a little bit for the moment. There's my pop filter. That I would really like to get some proper lighting set up once YouTube can monetize my videos, because who doesn't love a little bit of better? Who doesn't love better lighting? No spider there. Good. Huh. Okay. So that's long term, but for now I've just got this IKEA floor lamp, which I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to put the chair back. And Sulu's looking at me going, "What are you doing, you weirdo?" I'll put that there. And there we go. I'm going to put things back where they were now. This video, I've been a little bit inspired. I'm not sure if you've all seen Jimmy from Legends of Monstera. If you haven't, you really ought to, because he's great. He's got a huge collaboration coming out in August, 4 parts, where a ton of plant tubers are in it. And I'm just going to leave the pop filter there for now. But he occasionally includes a little bit of the skits in his videos. So I am going to attempt to do that as well today. Right, thank you for complimenting the outfit. So this is a flanny, and I've got jeans, and I've got no shoes on. So there you go. No, it is a little cool. So I have considered putting something on my feet. Let's see if we've got a better light now. Is that better? I think that's better. You can now tell the difference between beard and shirt, which I think is good. Better? Flanny, what do you... Is this Australian slang? All right, there we should have, that should be. Got a bit of a shadow behind me, but that's not too bad. Much better, thank you. Yes, you can tell that I'm wearing, it changes. Okay, well, there you go, everyone. You've learned something fun-let, flanny. You can pepper that into your conversations from today if you like. Going to wear a flanny. Cool. So, yeah, I'm really. This is going to be a really interesting experience for me anyway, because filming these kind of videos, I kind of get into this headspace, and because I'm chatting with people, I'm not in that headspace. So it's just going to be a little bit interesting. You're all along for the ride with me, though. So thank you for coming. You call them finals. Do we like to put E's on the end of things? Thank you, Sydney. Okay, I think I'm ready to go now. Hair's looking all right. Look at that part line. How's that looking? There we go. I'm using myself. This is a mirror now. Oh dear. That's okay. We'll deal with that. Good. I'm glad that I've made an impact, Casey. It's good. So today, yes, are we enjoying it, Jacqueline? Thank you. It's got the button going today. It's bigger today. Just trying different things. Don't need sound on my computer. So I've got, and I can show you a little bit. So I'm going to just spin a little bit. There's the microphone I'm using, and I'll just unplug my computer. This is a tripod. This tripod is what I'm going to be putting my camera in. I do have a tripod that actually has legs, but thank you, Casey. But I am using that for a time lapse at the moment, and I have been for the last 3 months. So I'm going to use that. So we'll see how this goes. not really sure how this is going to go. So just bear with me. I'd love your feedback as we go. And you're going to watch me. Yes, I'm reading and I'm thinking and I'm trying to do a video as well. So I was just like, oh gosh, I am having a moment, I think. Yes. Okay. Let's stop fluffing around. Let's get to it. It's a good one. So this was not very expensive. This cost me 110. No, this is on special. I got it for $90, and I use it with I have an interface. I use the PreSonus interface, audio. What do I use? Studio 24C interface. So I can't plug things straight into my computer because that's not. You need that extra sound processing. Then it connects via USB to my computer, where I can run it through the system sound, or I can run it through my audio processing software. Thank you, Jacqueline. I'm going for that. I don't know. I've got these little flyaways here, which is not really what I'm going for. Like when it starts peeling over the ears, I don't like that. Okay, so this is generally how videos go. It's like, oh, hang on, I need to do something else here. So first of all, I'm going to check that I've got enough storage on my phone, because I do still use my phone as a camera, because I don't have a camera on my phone. Pretty piece of technology. I'm impressed with it. So I'm going to delete videos that I've already turned into videos because I don't need them anymore. Thank you, Jacqueline. Perhaps I do, Casey. Perhaps I do. Maybe keep an eye out for a future video. I do need those videos because I haven't made a video with them yet. I don't need those ones because that's coming out next week. That's uploaded to YouTube. I do need those ones. I don't need the ones of me doing water changes and things because that's on YouTube. I don't need me counting how many houseplants I've got. I don't need me doing that. I'm sure this is very exciting for all of you. Fingertips flat. Like this? I don't. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right, Sydney. I don't need the ones of me breaking pots. I don't need. I'll keep the ones from New Zealand for now. Delete 56 videos. And I need to go and get rid of them from my recently deleted folder. And I'll delete them all. And now I should have plenty of space because I'm imagining I'm going to be doing. This is going to take me a bit longer than usual. I'll maybe do some tutorials at some point, Cora. Fair enough. We all do. Thank you very much for popping in. Congratulations on the 100 subscribers. I look forward to seeing your next video. Catch you later. Yes, it's a finite storage. My laptop actually, it's 6 years old. Still working really well, but its storage is really small. It's like 128 gigabyte one. So and half of that's used up by system stuff. I don't know. So I don't have a lot to work with. So making long videos is really hard for me and it's really frustrating. So if the YouTube pocket money is real good, I'm going to get a new computer so I can do things better and not be frustrated because it's just a constant I've got to clear everything out again. And so my records of keeping my videos are really poor. I've recently downloaded my whole library off because you can download your own videos from YouTube onto a hard drive, but they're not the highest quality version because the one that you upload is a lot better than the one that YouTube will give you. Yeah. Yeah, it's so frustrating. So I'd really like a big computer, but also like Macs, which they're real expensive when they get like any bigger. So I am puzzled about what I will do. Anyway, let's get to it, shall we? So I've got the microphone stand here, and I've got this monkey tripod thing on it, which I'll put my phone in a second, and because I don't have a tripod with legs available at the moment, because it's being used for a time lapse, and I don't want to move it because it's up to day 80 something, and I'm not going to touch that. So I'm going to face it. So actually, probably actually where the laptop currently is where I would like to have the camera. So I'm going to shuffle you guys over here a little bit. Yeah. You can still see Sulu and me. So that's the important stuff. The interface won't stretch any further unless I move it as well. So don't mind me now just rearranging my room, my lounge room. That's oh boy. Yep, good. And we'll slide up. Let's get that on. Got some pictures there, and you want to actually see me though, down here. All right, I think it'll be reasonable. Probably don't want to have the whole microphone and pop mic just in front of you there. How's that? Is that good? Probably not ideal. Let's shuffle it. Please don't fall. It's expensive. If it does. Okay. And I'm going to... So this is going to get real weird because I'm going to start just talking away from you guys. So I have no idea how long this is going to take. Or actually how I'm starting this video. I think I was going to read some stuff. I was planning on reading some stuff. I'm going to read stuff. Thank you, Cora. It is, I think, yes. I'm not going to show it now because that's going to steal my thunder. No, I'm being silly. I'm turning the fish tank around so we can see it straight on. That would be better, but it's real heavy. So, and I would rather not shuffle him around because that's going to be stressful for him and stressful for me because, you know, a liter of water is, a kilogram. It's a 28-liter tank plus the tank and the everything in it. You know, it's a 30 or 40 kilogram thing now. Okay, so I'm just setting up my camera and I can't see anything. So I'm just going to keep talking to you. I hope you can still hear me. And I'm going to shuffle that down and, oh no, I'm going to need to put this further back, aren't I? Drat. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, those of you who film on your phones, and I know there's a few of you here, like you have to, like it zooms in a little bit when you start to do it on video. I don't know why. I don't have a reason, but that's okay. So I've kind of now got, this is the center of my frame. So I've kind of got half this and I'll put these away, shall I? Just pop those under there so that they're not distracting us. And I'm back. Okay, so how am I starting this video? I've got my notes here. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm talking about how I went to buy things, and I'm going to then... Well, it would be on camera, Cora, and I do have other... I have other fish tanks set up here, but... Oh, gee, that's an awful thought. Oh, man. Imagine Scott moving the tank and he drops it. Yep, that would be something. No, I'm not game for that. Okay, so the camera's here. I'm going to be looking at the camera. I might sit legs crossed, not crossed, I don't know. I'll say hello. I think I'll start at how we usually start. So I'll start, hello, welcome to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree. And this is a real look behind the scenes here. So let's get started, shall we? So I've got, recently I have been trying to, yep, okay. I think we're ready. So the way that I do this, you will notice in my videos I have a number of jump cuts, which is where I just slice the video to get rid of time where I'm thinking. I chop off a lot of time where I look kind of like this, as I'm just thinking. And usually I do this, I try to do this when Steph is out, because I don't like really filming with other people around, because it's just, I don't know, it's just a bit weird. So you guys are going to, this is now very strange. I've just realized that I've got an audience while I'm filming. Why did I decide to do this? No, it's fine. I'm looking forward to this. So we're going to do it. So I'll be chatting with you as we go about this. So, okay, so this is my setup. No, I'm not going to be able to rotate you. Yes, I am. So this is what I'm looking at right now. I've got my camera there and the rest of the room. Got my light there. And there's me. Okay. So I'll switch out of my I'm on a live stream, very excited voice to I am serious and I'm recording a video voice. See how that goes. All right. Shall we start? Let's start. Okay. I'm recording now. Hello and welcome back to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree. My name is Scott and it's my goal here to grow an avocado tree from seed to the point of bearing fruit and documenting the process. And along the way, I'll do other plant-related things which interest me. One of those projects is growing vegetables on a budget. I have a link in the description below to a playlist of my recent growing vegetables on a budget project. And I just forgot what I was going to be saying now. Oh, please, yes, Sydney and Sandra, that would be fantastic. So I'm just thinking about whereabouts I got up to where I can cut it. So I think I don't need one of the projects for growing vegetables budget. Left it. I can probably jump back in after I've left the link to that in the description below. Yeah. I have left a link in the description to this video for that series if you're interested in looking at my recent attempt at growing tomatoes on a budget. And I am in the process now of starting my next project. But for that, I need some seeds, which is where the problem begins. And that's where I think I'll cut to a different screen and I'll have my introduction chime, like the doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Thank you, Cora. I agree. I should be very comfortable with you guys because you're always so very positive and you have nothing but support from me and I really appreciate that. So I've just recorded that as well. So there's going to be weird bloopers today if we do that. Please do, Francis. I'm just going to keep rolling with it. So now I need to start talking about my experience going to these places. And while I'm doing that, I will, in post, I will put videos of me actually going to these places and seeing things. So yes, I am attempting to grow seasonal vegetables on a budget. So I need seeds. So I just figured I'd go out and buy the seeds. There is a shop in Australia, Bunnings Warehouse, which is a huge hardware store. Hardware store. I know it's a little bit unusual, Jacqueline. In Australia, there's a huge chain, Bunnings. They are a hardware store, and they also have nursery and garden. That's often where I buy my seeds if I need them quickly. So I thought I would just go and get my seeds. Now is the time that I want to start growing my autumn and winter crop. So I would go after work one day and just pick up some seeds. So I went into one of the Bunningses on the way home from work, and I could not find the seeds that I wanted anywhere. I'm happy with that. There were lots of flower seeds, but there were almost no vegetable seeds of any kind. So I went to another Bunnings and same deal. So I ended up actually buying these online, and I will talk about this in my growing vegetables on a budget video. But I went online and I saw they were in stock on this seed collection where I often buy my seeds online. So I bought them. I checked the next day, and there was going to be a 1 week processing time in addition to shipping due to unprecedented demand. And so I often just pause and I say a couple of sentences and I pause and think about what's happens next, and I cut that pause out. Yeah. I'm not talking about. So that's fine. I also went to an additional Bunnings at one point just because I was in the area and I needed to pick something up. And once again, there were no seeds that I needed. All the vegetable varieties were out. Okay, I've talked about that point, so I need to go to my next one. Yes. Now I have to start talking about COVID-19 again. All right. At this point in time, it is really unusual for everyone. We're all in this really unusual situation. The COVID-19 virus has really caused some interruptions to our lives. And as a consequence of this, people have started doing unusual things. We've all heard about panic buying and hoarding, when people just go out and buy as much of the thing as they can because they fear that they will need it and they will run out. And it is important to be stuffed up on the things that you need, but you do not need a whole tray of a whole cup. What do you call it? What's a lot of toilet paper? What do you call a lot of toilet paper? Like a tray, a pallet, probably a pallet, right? Does anyone else talk with their hands? Like, so I talk with my hands very much. Mine would have a lot more cussing if I didn't cut stuff out. Fair enough, Sydney. That happens. A pallet, we call it a pallet. I always thought it was a Hispanic thing, but Scott proved there's not that I'm aware of, Sydney. This is going to be really interesting to edit later because I'm just talking with you guys as well. So lots of fun for everyone. Great. You don't need a whole pallet of toilet paper to last a few weeks. That's insane. And some people have started to panic buy plants and seeds. Now, I can understand now, as someone who's trying to grow an avocado tree from seed to the point of bearing fruit, documenting the process, and who has a vegetable garden, who grows their own food, I absolutely understand the desire to provide your own food, to grow it yourself. And that is a fantastic thing to do. However, that's not what these people are necessarily doing. And the reason why I say that is because I've read some articles, but people are buying the wrong kinds of things for this time of year. In Australia, it's currently autumn and we're going into winter. And so people shouldn't be buying summer crops. People have been buying by the tray seedlings for lettuce and for tomato. These things don't grow in autumn and winter. You know, I'm about to harvest my tomatoes. And so buying them now is really, it doesn't work. You can't grow them at this time of year. So these people are literally panic buying. They're not thinking. They're just going in and they're hoping that they'll be able to put them in the ground and harvest food. All plants, I would pretty much say pretty. You absolutely do, Sydney. You do. Yeah, I'm not going to do a Sydney impersonation right now because I think this is I have to edit it out later. But you do, you absolutely do. What are my words? What do I say a lot of that you're noticing? I'm going to keep going. Next point. I really hope that my point's coming across in this video. Actually, I'm not sure. Actually, I'm going to pause it just to think about it. Pause the video. Okay, so I've kind of introduced it. So I've talked about how I could find the seeds I wanted. Yeah, well, I've stopped it now. So I think I would need to sit very much front and center. And my hair would have to be down to here, right? And I'd have to have a plant. I'm kind of made a little cage for me here. I don't know, you can't really see it, but I've got the TV here, and I've got the music stand, which it's sitting on. Then I've got the stand, and then I've got this table, a couch. So I'm really quite in a cage here. If I was to do a Sydney, peaceful planting impersonation, I'd have to. I'm far too close to the camera. I have to sit like right back here. I've got a beautiful plant shelf behind me. I've got my long hair that's down here. And I need to. You've really distracted us now, Sydney. My video is going to take longer to make now. And then I would. No, because I don't want to like come across as though I'm mocking you though, because I think it's a very fine line with impersonations. Like you could really quickly to go, I'm making fun of you here, but I don't want to do that. So you'd say things like, and this plant is just fantastic. Look how beautiful it is. I love it so much. It's so unique and it brings me so much joy. I think that's kind of thing you'd say with your accent. I'm not going to do accents today. We did that yesterday. Too much. My laptop unplugged itself. I need a drink of water. I'm going to pour myself a drink of water. I have no idea how this video is going to turn out. Or even at this point, even if it's going to be published. I hope so. I'll do my best to publish it. And it's raining now, so that makes things interesting as well. Same bubbly water as yesterday. By the way, just moved into this room. Oh, thank you. I thought so as well. Good. Drinks break. Yes, Francis, we've got my seltzer water going here. What's the palm tree plant by the glass door? So that's actually a window. I've got a window there, and then they've got a sliding door. Not bubbly, fizzy. And that is a golden cane palm. That's actually the first, and I'm going to do a video about it at some point because I like it. That was actually the first house plant that we bought after getting married and moving in. We bought it and it was only kind of like this tall, this between here and here, and we sat it behind our table. We couldn't see it, and now it is as tall as I am. So it's fantastic. We really love it. So golden cane palm, and it's fantastic. Repotted it once so far. It probably needs another repot this year. It's good. So now I'm just thinking. I've talked about that I couldn't get my seeds. I've talked about the people are panic buying, and now I kind of want to like make sure that we feel like we're on the same page, but also feel like that I'm not saying to the people who are thinking about panic buying or like starting seeds that I don't want to discourage people from doing their own gardening as well. So that's kind of my challenge at the moment. Yeah, that's my challenge. So we'll continue, shall we? You were talking about people, how it's great people want to buy their own seeds, but you need to be educated. Thank you very much, Sydney, for jogging my memory there. Actually, I was going to get a book. There's a book I need to get for this. I'll be back in just a second. I can't get out. I don't want to move the camera. Oh, gosh, oh, man. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually crawl across the couch. So that's what I'm going to do that. I know you can't see me. Maybe you should see me. I'm going to crawl across the couch. So I'm going to leave you there. And I'm going to crawl across the couch. Did you get my book? You're back in a second, everyone. Okay, so I'm looking for the book now because I'm not sure what I've done with it. Found it. I don't think this is the book I wanted, actually.
Oh, you found it?
Found it, yeah. Okay, and I'm coming back now. Oh, my book. Ooh, very good. Or am I off to? Are you allowed to talk about the virus? I am. My video may not be monetized, but it's not monetized at the moment anyway, so that's fine. And I don't think I don't want to exploit the situation either, but I think this is relevant to, as a gardener, to just calm people down, encourage them to garden, but not to do it foolishly. But I don't do it just because you're afraid of having food. Lol, do it because you. That's exactly right, Sydney. Yes, we were playing hide and seek. You found me. I've got my book now, so that's good. Got my book, the Australian Fruit and Vegetable Garden. So this is not actually the book I was thinking about. I think it is. It's been a while since I've read it. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. I'm actually not sure if I'm going to reference this one. Nah, we'll leave it. So we've just done that for no reason. That's fine. Okay, let's get through this so that I can then just chat with you guys. Okay. Cool. I think I'm ready now. So we're going to talk about we're filming. I never wanted to discover. No. I know, Sandra. It wasn't. It's not the perfect book for it, though. So after all that, I never want to be hurt. I never want to discourage someone who wants to garden. I think that gardening is a super rewarding experience to do. It's a super rewarding thing to do. I never want to discourage someone from gardening. I think it is a really rewarding hobby to get into, and you can get food from it. So I never ever want to discourage someone from doing it, but I would encourage people to do it wisely. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Director Sydney. And now I'm going to talk about. So talk about I want to encourage, but you want to do it wisely. What I'm afraid at the moment is, and is the case when we panic buy, is that the things that we buy in a panic will go to waste. Those the things that people don't. If we overstock on perishable food, we're going to just waste that food. If we overstock on seeds, which we're never going to use, that's going to be a problem. I was going to put a skip in here somewhere. I don't think we're going to do that now. Thank you very much for joining us, Aki. I'll catch you later. So I really do encourage you to. So if you're thinking of perhaps getting into gardening, absolutely, please do. Don't hear me saying that just because we're running low on gardening supplies, seeds and seedlings, that you shouldn't get into gardening. No, that's not at all what I'm saying. You absolutely should. If you'd like to get into gardening, please do. I know the Northern Hemisphere at the moment is going into spring and summer. This is a fantastic time to be getting into gardening, especially if you're stuck at home all the time, because then you've got time to work on it. But absolutely do get into gardening. However, please do it wisely. And when I say wisely, I mean educate yourself, about what you're doing. It's not as simple as putting seeds or seedlings in the ground and waiting for them to grow. There are lots of different factors to consider, how much sun they need, what time of year it is, what crops you want to grow, how energy, no, we're not talking about energy denseness here. Yes, it does. Gosh, yeah. There are so many things to think about when gardening, placement, how much sun they're getting, how much water they need, what time of year it is, what zone you're in, what climate, what is appropriate to actually plant, what things you can plant with each other, bed rotation. There's so many things to learn, and it's really important that you educate yourself before jumping into it. You don't need to know everything, though, to get into gardening. Just some basics. Start with a couple of crops that you can learn their needs and then go from there. I only grow a couple of crops a year. So this year I focused on potatoes and tomatoes in my yard, and I'll be doing a few other winter crops, but I don't go too wide. I want to get pretty good at growing a few things before I move on and try to do other ones. And now I think we're up to talking about, I think we're up to talking now about, actually, I'll link some videos, some YouTubers in the comments. In the description below, I have left some fantastic resources in YouTube videos for you to follow. Some fantastic YouTubers who document their own process of gardening, which I found really helpful personally. So I'll leave them in the description below. Please check them out if you are considering getting into gardening, which I absolutely encourage you to do because it is a super rewarding and rich time. Good English there, isn't it? Now I know that. Now I'm aware that the lack of fresh food at times in the last few weeks has been a concern for a lot of people, and I know that many of us are a bit worried about where our food's going to come from. But really, the reality is that we don't need to be worried about that. I can talk about Australian statistics specifically because that's where I am. Australia produces enough food to feed 75 million people, and that's including once we've sent things overseas, so our exports. So 75 million people, we have a population of about 25 million. So we produce 3 times more food than we need. The reason why the shops have not been fully stocked is because the supply chain for getting actual products into stores has been really strained because people are just hoarding and overbuying. So before you make any decisions during this time about your food or about what you need, make sure you understand the situation. So just make sure that that's not very helpful, though, is it? Actually, just saying that. Making videos takes so much time. It does. Like my clip for Antsy My Pants took me 3 days because I didn't know how to word it. Oh no, Casey. For those of you who aren't plant tubers in the audience, Antsy My Plants, who Maddie, she's in Australia. She's putting out a collaboration very soon, which you'll be absolutely thrilled to watch. It's going to be fantastic. That was a weird video to film. Yes. I don't know what I'm saying now. It is a fantastic thing to grow your own food. I love growing my own food, but it's not necessary in the countries that we generally. No, that's not helpful either, is it? Growing your own food is fantastic, and I would, and as I've said a number of times in this video already, I encourage you to do that. But we don't need to be worried about running out of food I certainly don't need to in Australia, and I'm sure where you are in the world, if you're able to watch this video online, you don't need to worry about it either. Is that an appropriate thing to say? I think that's an okay thing to say. I'm going to pause the video while I think about what I say next. It is weird filming for someone else's channel, absolutely. It's good, Casey. Short award. Mine was about 2 minutes, Jimmy. That's another. So, Sandra, and I'm not sure who else is here. Can I see who's here? Oh, I can. So we've got Cora, Jacqueline, Sydney, Casey, and Sandra. So Cora and Sandra, there's a Jimmy from Legends of Monstera has got a huge collaboration coming up, and he is we're plant tube. He's got 40 plant tubers, and he's got over 4 videos. So that's coming out in April, and it's going to be. I'm really looking forward to it. He's put up a trailer on his channel now, which is really cool. It will be great. We're all in it, and it's going to be lots of fun. I'll back to see who's in the chat now. Oh, fantastic! You know all about it. Very good. So I've talked about that I encourage people to do it. I encourage them to do it wisely. Make sure you know what you're doing, to be learned, educated. Am I missing anything? What do you guys think? Am I missing something? Am I missing a message or something like that? Because I'm not sure if I'm missing something now. I may be. I think we're almost ready to finish it now. Just finishing by making sure, just telling people to be safe, keep an eye on news. Yeah. Okay, we'll finish the video off then. I think we're ready. Okay. Yeah, to do it responsibly? Yeah. Okay. Cool. This is an unusual time, but we will get through it. It's probably not going to be short, but it will be okay. I know that people are worried about what they're going to eat, but the reality of it is that we really don't need to. There are a few items which might be a little bit short on, but we will be okay. And if you would like to get into gardening, regardless of whether it's a supplier in food, just to enjoy plants, to learn, I absolutely encourage you to do that, because it is a really rich and rewarding experience, which I think everybody should be able to do. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it today. So please make sure that you're being safe, you're listening to expert advice, and you are looking after yourself and those you love, those around you as well. Please make sure you keep using your common sense and to be responsible and treat each other well. We are going to get through this, so be patient. It's going to be okay. I think that works. I did want to recommend the book, but it's probably actually not the book I was thinking it was. It's a good book. Don't get me wrong. For Australia, gardening Australia, it's good. Cora, we're going to get to that one very, very soon. I'm excited. Let's come up with a name for Cora's mango tree. Fantastic. Have a chat while I sign off, or I tell them to subscribe and things. Okay, here we go. So thank you once again for tuning in to this video on Scott Grows an Avocado Tree. It's been a pleasure to have you here. I hope that you are keeping safe and that you are keeping healthy. As always, if you would like to see more of my videos, please do subscribe and turn on notifications. I've got more growing vegetable videos coming out. So if you are interested in growing vegetables specifically, I encourage you to hang around. I'd love to know how you enjoyed this video So please leave a like or a comment below. Thank you very much for watching. And this is actually a little bit of a different video because I filmed this while live streaming. If you would like to watch that live stream, I have a link at the end of this video and as well in the comments below. Got to include that bit, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. And then I think I'll have like 20 seconds of my the avocado that I saved because it's growing as that, because I'm kind of having a little bit of theme as we go through this unusual time, just to kind of tie together everything we go. Everything will be okay. I can stop the video now, and we can get back to chatting. Okay. Whew. Oh boy. That was a really weird experience. So thank you everyone for joining me on that one. We can just chat now, which is exciting, which is nice. That was really hard work, actually. And I'm thankful for it. You guys, I really appreciate you guys being here for that, and I think it was good to try. But that was, as far as making a video, that was not an easy task, and that's not a nice view for you guys either. So I'm going to leave that like that. I'm not sure how good this live stream's quality has been compared to yesterday. I know yesterday's was a lot of fun, but today has been a little bit different because we've made a video and I've not been talking to you guys as much. So we're thinking Jenny, Pan. Oh gosh, as in pandemic for the mango. I like to call so I've named my seeds after my Instagram followers, so you could hold a competition. Mango. It's a good name for a mango tree. Oswald is very good. Gerald the mango. I'm just thinking back because for my first avocado tree that I grew on this channel, which I don't know if any of you were around for that actually, because it was like more than a year ago now. Norbert was his name. We decided that after I put it out to the audience to suggest names, got 20 or 30 names, and some of them were really interesting. Some of them were just variations of my name, which was fun. But that I think Gerald was one of them. Norbert, of course. But Norbert died, didn't make it. Yeah. Mangorita is good. Sorry, Francis. Am I in school now? What's the school schedule? We've got 1 week until school holidays here, and the department in Victoria my state has just announced that there'll be 2 mandated curriculum days, so where students are at home and teachers are at school. So this Friday, a very short notice as well. So this is at the moment things are unusual. So we've got a day on Friday coming up where we will be planning for home learning, or remote learning, or learning when the students are at home and teachers are not at school either, hopefully. And we've got another one on the first Tuesday of term, which will be the day after Easter Monday, which is when we were going back. So that's the current situation there. I don't know much more than that, and the situation is evolving very quickly. There's lots of people making decisions which affect lots of people, and so I'm glad that it's not me making those decisions. Well, I'm curious now, guys. What have you thought of this different kind of stream today? Has it been good? Do you want me to do more of these? Or should we stick back to let's just chat about stuff? Because this feels more relaxing than whatever I was doing before with the camera, just personally. But I'd love to know what you think. Well, we are similar people, I think. Teachers, we're yeah. Because I would love your feedback, because I would like to be the best video maker that I possibly can be. As in Genny? Like a soft G? Yeah, that's and we absolutely are, Francis, because I mean, there's so many students, so many schools, so many teachers. It's a really big deal. I'm feeling more chill now. Thank you, Sandra. I feel a lot more relaxed now that I've finished that. Whew, yeah, absolutely. We'll see if that video actually makes it up. I might look back and I go, I can't use this. This is I'm all over the place. I'm speaking. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's well, very few of us do really, because that's not how school is done. Regular chats are fun too, but I felt this is a lot. I feel like it's a lot less pressure. Absolutely, Sydney, you're absolutely right. I don't know. I hope I wasn't like putting stress onto you guys as I was doing that. Yeah, because I'm not sure. I was just wondering. I wonder how interesting it is watch somebody else make a video. So thank you for joining for that. Casey, I like both. I honestly couldn't imagine trying to do two things at once, though. I'm a terrible multitasker, and I guarantee the video would never go up for me. Well, I think you could probably make it work, Casey, but I totally understand. But like for everyone seeing it afterwards is a bit like the heart behind the scenes sort of thing, which is also fun. That's kind of what I was thinking. Now that I mean, I could have made these live streams with the webcam before hitting 1,000 subscribers, but it's something that at 1,000 subscribers, I really want to try doing it more. Well, more as in, yes, starting it. So that's been fun. And I wanted to do different kinds of things. Behind the scenes stuff for it. If I can give you a preview to a future live stream, I really enjoy just sitting down and talking. That's something which yesterday I just had a great time, and I'd like to do that more. Not twice in a weekend probably, but I know that at the moment people are stuck at home, and it's probably not a bad time to be hosting these kind of things. And I do have school holidays coming up, so it could be more regular. Which is a lot of, I do really enjoy doing these. So that's not a problem. But I also want to do the occasional different kind of thing. Like, for example, I have got some, I'd like to make some more music for the channel. All the music that you hear on Scott Rose and Avocado Tree, unless it's classical music that I have gotten from Creative Commons somewhere else. I talked about this yesterday. I've recorded it myself, written and recorded it myself, just copyright. It's easy when I own it all. So I'd like to do some more of my own music, so to record some music. And I was thinking of doing a live stream as I did that. And I am able to do it in a way which I can just plug things in, and you will be able to hear what I'm hearing. I'll have headphones on. We're kind of just hanging out. I'm playing music. It'll be an interesting time. Probably not a heap of chatting. Probably similar a little bit from today. Like that is also something else which requires a lot of focus. But we'll see how that goes. So I'm hearing that. So what I'm interpreting from the reflections, the feedback that I'm receiving just now is that the ones where I'm just chatting, we're just hanging out, is more relaxing, and so we'll keep doing those, absolutely. But I think it was fun to try this one today, and I'm really thankful for you guys for sticking with me through the through this whole strange second stream for the weekend. I wish I was talented enough to create my music intro music. Everyone can learn. Absolutely everyone can learn, Casey. I have a project in mind for that, but not for this channel, and that's still a while in the works. But I'll keep people updated as that draws closer to occurring. Thank you, Sandra. I absolutely feel that, and I really do appreciate that. Yeah, and I really do appreciate you commenting on all of my videos. Like it does, like every time I see that I get your notification, I go, one of my favorite subscribers is back, and she's so supportive of the community. It's fantastic. That's cool. Here we go. Now, I should be careful about what I say publicly on this stream, because this video stays on my channel and people can, call me to account for these things. So we'll just be very careful. I like to do a lot of things. I have a lot of hobbies. Music is one of them. Videos, plants, and something that I really have enjoyed doing, and I haven't done it for a few years, is decorating really cheap ukuleles. So I play the ukulele. That's one of my main. Trombone's my main thing, but I play a bit of ukulele as well. I have been for like 6 or 7 years now, and I really enjoy decorating cheap ones. So Mahalo is a cheap brand. You buy a $20 or $30 ukulele. It's got tuning heads that are mechanical, so they're pretty reliable. You can change the strings and get a better sound. I like to sand it right back and paint it. And so I have thought about doing a ukulele inspired one. No, I just said ukulele inspired one. That's very helpful for a ukulele. And avocado inspired one. Here is an example of one. I have one on my wall here. This is in my lounge room. This is one that I painted a long time ago. Now it doesn't get played very often, so it's not. I'm not a perfect pitch, but I'm just trying to remember what things are. Yep, so this is ukulele. This was originally red, I think. So I sanded it back, painted it black, and put stars on it. And now it sits in our room. I've also got a Minecraft-inspired one, which is because I like Minecraft. I made that as a teenager, and it's good fun. And I've made, I just saw a stripy one. So it's been a while. So I'm thinking of doing this for a avocado. That's what I'm trying to say there. Because I think it'd be fun. And I like bringing the music into different parts of the channel as well. I just think it's fun. And I like doing music with people. So for the Christmas collaboration was really working in my wheelhouse. I had a lot of people involved, and I was doing music with them, and that was a lot of fun. So I am planning on doing one this year. I know a lot more plant tubers now, so that's going to be quite a project. So those of you guys who are plant tubers in this conversation, just get ready for that. That's going to be getting organized earlier than December, because that's when we did it last year. It was just, work hard. It was actually a lot more work than I thought. So seeing the ukulele, the avocado ukulele is a good plan by the sounds of it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sandra. It's not quite tuned. Cool. It's so dusty as well. It needs to be played more. How many instruments do I know how to play? I don't believe we ever know how to play an instrument. We can only learn. We're always learning. But I do play. So I'll start with the ones that I currently play regularly. And by regularly, I'm going to say weekly. So at the moment, I'll play. So in one band, I play tuba and conduct. One band, I play the trombone. And for church music and stuff, I play ukulele and bass guitar and sing. So they're the main ones that I get a lot. They're the ones that get the most time that I spend playing with them. But I also do a few other things. I'm teaching myself guitar at the moment. I wanted to teach myself guitar when I was like 15 because I'd learned. I've been playing the trombone is my main thing. I first started learning that when I was 10, and so I picked up and so I had a fairly good background knowledge of music. So I picked up. I wanted to pick up another instrument. Guitar was just too many strings for me. I was like, I don't know how to not play some of them. So I was like, ukulele, you just strum hard. It's fun. But so now that I'm an adult, I'm learning the guitar, which is good. Jacqueline, it's been a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for being here and all of your wonderful comments. Thank you for who you are. I will see you. We'll chat very soon. Bye-bye. Looking forward to your next video as well. So those four are the ones that I play the most at the moment. Learning guitar. I play a little bit of mandolin, which I'd like to include in one of the future music parts of my pieces of music for the channel because I think that'd be a lot of fun. And I play the harmonica. I have 6 harmonicas, I think, at the moment, in different keys because they're diatonic, which means that of a particular scale. There are a bunch of different scales, and so you need a different key for each scale you're playing in. So I have got a bunch of those, and I really enjoy playing the harmonica. I play. That's really it. Yeah. So trombone's my main one, followed then by ukulele, tuba, and bass guitar. Yeah. A little bit of piano. I've got a piano in the next room that I need to get tuned actually because we got it second hand for free. Someone was getting rid of it, and friends of friends were able to get onto that one. I need it, but it's really old. It's about a tone out of tune, which for a tone out of tune. So this is an A. Nope, this is a B. A B would sound like an A, which gets really hard when you want to play with anyone else, or if you have reasonably good relative pitch. Like there are notes that I can recognize, like I could pretty well. I don't have perfect pitch. Perfect pitch is when you can name a note just out of the blue. Like if somebody hums a note to you, you'll be able to tell you what it is. I don't have that, but I can get pretty close to a. It depends. After I've been rehearsing, I can get pretty close to a B flat. That's a no, it's not. No, it's not. That's a G. I'm going for a G there. I've been playing this one, not the trombone right now. Just made a fool of myself there. That's good. But it's tricky. Yeah, it's all too low. So Jacqueline has gone now. Nighttime here as well. Great live. Night, everyone. See you, Sydney. It's been a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much for joining us again. I think now is probably actually a good time to say farewell as well. So thank you everyone for joining. I know it's late now, so I hope that you have a restful sleep. You are not worried. I know I've been having trouble sleeping because I've been just on edge about everything. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Sydney. Thank you, Cora. Thank you, Casey. Who else is still here? Sandra. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Francis, for coming. It's been a pleasure to have you guys here. Thank you for joining me on this journey as we've made that video. It'll be coming out probably next Saturday morning my time. I don't know yet. Or sooner. I might get 3 videos out this week. I've got a video coming out. I put out a video on yesterday, last night, this morning for you guys, which was the spring plant tubers tag. And I'll have another avocado update coming out on Tuesday night your time. So keep your eyes out for that one. Thank you very much for coming to my live stream today. It's been a pleasure to have you here. I had a great time, even though it was a little bit stressful, hard work with what we were doing, but that's my fault. You guys have been fantastic, and I really appreciate you coming, joining, and being part of my audience, being part of this wonderful community. So thank you very much for coming, and I will see you very soon. And I need to press end the stream. Goodbye.